Today we're gonna be making some pasta in English.
Okay, so we're in the kitchen now. The first thing I did is I filled this pot or saucepan halfway and turn on the heat. And now I have this onion. I have to chop it. Just you know, sort of big pieces. You can also say slice, just like that. Nothing fancy or elaborate. That's it. And that goes to the side here. Of course, I have my garlic here ready. These ones are called cloves, garlic cloves. So what I do with this is I get rid of the ends, and then I crush them like this. And I find that helps to pop out the insides of these cloves, sort of to get rid of that outer skin. Okay, I forgot to tell you something very important. Of course, to this water you need to add some oil. I'm using olive oil. And of course, to season it, very important when you're cooking, of course, just a pinch of salt or some salt. That's that. We have the onions ready. We clean the garlic cloves. Put it in. And now we're gonna wash or rinse, sort of, this cherry tomatoes.
Gonna throw this there.
Okay, so I'm gonna use this one to explain something to you. This thing here is called the stem. The stem. You know, most people would get rid of it because that doesn't really afford anything to the dish. So that's what I just did. I'm gonna let it melt in the pot or in the saucepan. Just gonna open this pepper. Gonna get rid of that. Doesn't do anything. Cut it in half. And these veins, I don't like the taste. It's too strong, a bit bitter. So I tend to just get rid of it.
Wash it as well.
I'm gonna blend everything at the end. Okay, so I'm gonna add the onions first. In they go. And these peppers as well. I'm gonna need to be a wooden spoon. Thank you very much. I'm gonna mix them together until they turn brown. And I'm also going to add the garlic cloves. Okay, so as you can see here, this is looking golden. on the outside. You don't want it to burn, of course. And silky as well, like sort of shiny. That's what we want. And because this pot is not big enough, I had to use another one for the cherry tomatoes. Same thing. Just gonna pour some olive oil on top as well. There's already butter in there. Same thing, same process basically. So what you want with this, you want to soften them. You want them soft. This is hard, and you're gonna see after a little while they're gonna go soft. That's what we want. So we're gonna leave them there. These ones here, actually, I think I'm gonna change the places of these pots. I don't like doing it. Some people would obviously season everything. Getting hot. How could I forget the meat? So I asked the butcher to dice the meat. So I got these little cubes as a result. This is mostly lean meat. Means that it doesn't have a lot of fat. Alright, so I have the onions and the peppers and the garlic already here. It's a bit hot still. And these cherry tomatoes or tomatoes are sort of ready as well. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna blend everything, right? At this stage, I am going to add some salt and also some pepper, black pepper. Oh, actually, I can add some of these tomatoes here just to give it some moist. Quite hot, so I'm gonna be careful to crack this open. That sizzling sound. And actually add more of this. And I'm gonna add a little water. And here we go again. Okay, that's working perfectly. Steam building up in there. As you can see, that's the texture that we want. It's a bit thick. It's not as liquefied. Okay, so this is the texture of the sauce, and we have to let it simmer. So I'm gonna turn the heat back on, and I have the meat. Actually, I'm gonna use a different one here. So I added some butter, and I'm gonna drizzle some of this olive oil on top of it. So we just need to seal it, basically. That's what we're looking for. We're trying to seal the meat on every side if we can. What they say is that helps sort of enclose the flavor, and we need to be sort of mixing this around because we don't want overcooked meat. It's not good. So simmering is basically not boiling, but it's still producing some bubbles. All right, so I turn on the heat for the pasta again. This is almost sort of ready. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to add this meat. It's hot. by the way, to the sauce, even with that sort of little water that oozed out of the meat. Mix it, sort of cover the meat with the sauce, and I'm gonna let it simmer, like I said. Now with the meat, but I'm gonna season this a bit more. So I'm adding a little salt, much sea salt, and more pepper as well. I got oregano. Just some of that. Mix it, all the ingredients together now. And you see that? That looks flavorsome, tasty. And I'm gonna change the lid from this pan to this one. And as you can see, the water's boiling now. So I'm gonna open this pasta. I'm not gonna use all of it. That would be too much. This pasta is excellent, by the way. It's more eggy, so it tends to be more flexible, and also the flavor is, you know, much better than the ones that you would
Generally buy at the supermarket.
That's it. And it goes. All right, so that's pretty much it. So we have to let this pasta cook to al dente, like they say, right? So a little bit of bite, basically, is what I mean. Not too soft. I don't like it soft, to be honest. And this kind of pasta, it doesn't take long to cook, to be honest. It's just about 2-3 minutes and it'll be ready. And the olive oil, what it does, in my opinion, it helps so that
It prevents the pasta from sticking together.
So we're gonna let it cook, and we're gonna let this simmer a little longer as well, and then I'm gonna show you the results. All right? Okay, so this is the end result. As you can see, I put some basil on top, and now some Parmesan cheese as well. A lot of it. I love it. All right, and I use a spoon and a fork. Mix it up a little, and then I twist. Twist and twist. It's hot. It's gonna be hot. Here we go. That's pretty good. Pretty good. So hopefully you enjoyed the process as much as I did. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time, all right? My password, English, download it.